Hey everybody! It's an episode of your favorite podcast. I'm your host, as always, Weekend Warrior, joined as always by Mr. Florian Himzel. Woo! Florian, say something.
Hey, I'm a stupid superhero that's just a knockoff of something else. How are we all doing?
And as always, by the illustrious Simian Jimmy. How are you, sir?
No, you don't need to introduce me. I think if I can get paid to have you two talk to each other, I would be down to clown with that. I'll just listen if you guys want to do the show.
Wow.
Wow.
Alright, so today we're gonna talk about why Velma is so much better than this stupid superhero movie.
Wow.
Oh, I disagree.
Okay, hey, let's back that ass up right now, Florian.
Yeah.
So we do a monthly thing on this channel where we put 3 things on a poll and the audience votes on what we watch. Boys, I'm going to ask you this. In the month of January, we did 2 movies. We did Click and we did Superhero Movie Now.
Mm-hmm.
Was that so difficult? Could we do this twice a month instead of once a month?
Yeah.
Sure, but I thought we were gonna review One Piece at some point.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing about reviewing every volume of One Piece is that'll be good to get 500 unmonetized clicks over on that channel, or we could just review a movie for fun, twice a month over here.
All right, let's do that. So is it kino or is this something else?
No, it's still, it's like a subsection of Is It Kino. It's kind of like on Best of the Worst when they start doing Wheel of the Worst. It's still the same show. It's just like a subsection.
All right, well.
Do you have an idea? What should we call this subsection of the podcast? Like the viewer's choice or something a little more edgy?
A people's poll. I don't know.
The PP?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the PP podcast, Triple P?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I think somebody already reviews cartoons under that name.
Oh, damn.
How do you know?
Isn't that Pan Pizza Podcast? PPP?
Oh, right.
Ow, I don't know them.
You don't know? Oh, okay. What, Rebel Taxi? Isn't that? That's fine.
No,
I don't
So, let's talk about superhero movie, guys.
Well, so the poll we did was the 3 choices were superhero movie, Dragged Across Concrete, and Boss Level. And with 57% superhero movie won. And now that we're doing this twice a month, maybe we should gamify it like Florian does not want to do and really keep track of who is winning these polls every episode and who has more points. I think if we look through the history, I've not calculated it yet, but I'm guessing it's like 4 points to me, maybe 1 to Florian, and probably 0 to Weekend. Does that sound right?
0. Yeah, I'm 0. I'm sure I'm fucking 0.
Yeah, you don't have to run faster than the wild monkey. You're just gonna run faster than the other guy that's there, That's how you survive.
Well, Florian, I should tell you that your choice, Dragged Across Concrete, got 2nd place with 30%. And even though it didn't win, your description was so intriguing to me that I actually went and watched it, anyway for fun. And that movie was awesome. I really enjoyed that movie. I think maybe we should review it sometime.
Hell yeah, we should definitely do it then before you forget about it.
Yeah, well, I'll watch it again. It was good enough to watch again for sure.
Well, let's do it soon anyways. I do want to see it again.
And we also have to do Kino Corners movie soon with Low-Res and Hans. Hopefully we'll do that in February.
Cool.
But anyway, we're here to talk about Superhero Movie, which I was shocked to find out came out in the same year as Disaster Movie. So really, there's a lot of parallels between the two that we can compare and contrast in our discussion. But Weekend, I would like to start with you. What did you think of Superhero Movie?
I actually liked it quite a bit. Not all the jokes landed, of course, but it's actually a parody where they stick to the genre. So that's refreshing. Like the intro alone, it's ripping off. This whole thing is a rip off of Spider-Man 1 and 2, and I think they work with it. They also got good
just
actors
the intro. Like the whole movie it's just a copy of Spider-Man.
No, I said you could tell from the intro that it's copying it.
Wait, Florian, you really hate this then because you said a second ago that Velma is better. Are you being sincere when you say that?
Well, yes, actually.
No way.
I do like Velma, but I feel like this one is definitely a piece of shit, but it's not as bad as Disaster Movie, so we got that at least.
I think this is indicative of, once again, the Austrian sense of humor. I think a lot of Leslie Nielsen's comedy maybe just did not. Your culture and your sensibilities, maybe you just didn't register them as jokes, because I found this movie to be very, very funny. Like, if you told me this is from the same people who made Disaster Movie, I wouldn't believe you. And I don't even know. It has to be like a different. I'm guessing it's a different director and writer, but it's the same producers. I think like all the same producers made all these movies, right?
Wait, so how
it's all the same studio, I believe.
Like, what's your rating?
Oh, I gave it 3 stars out of 5.
3 stars?
Oh yeah, no,
I'd give this a 3.5 actually.
Yeah, I gave Disaster Movie half a star, and why this one is so much better, why this one feels like a masterpiece compared to Disaster Movie, is that first of all, the cast is stacked. Like, every main cast member is a famous comedian who is genuinely talented and funny. Drake Bell, this is fresh off of Drake and Josh, and he's just doing the same shtick in this movie, which is still funny to me. Kevin Hart is his like black friend sidekick doing his Kevin Hart shit. Leslie Nielsen plays Uncle Ben. He's like the parody of Uncle Ben, and he's by far the funniest, best part of the movie.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I have to imagine.
Give me 5 minutes.
Like, I've seen so many Leslie Nielsen movies in the past month now. Like, I'm binging all of his work, and that's why I really wanted to watch this. And I'm wondering if he must be just such a comedic genius that he improvises most of his own lines, because like no matter what he's in, he's the best part and the rest of the movie is terrible. But everything he says, maybe it's just his masterful delivery, or I don't know, but he somehow can make a piece of shit movie funny.
Well, I mean, that's pretty sad then, if all it takes is just like some people that are famous,
No, I'm saying that these are talented, skilled comedians who are working with actually funny material. I think this movie,
it's really funny.
I think the ratio of good jokes to bad jokes is like 65 to 70% good jokes. Like, genuine, like the fart stuff, it's very bad and there's way too many fart jokes, but otherwise, like there's a lot of clever humor in here.
Yeah, like I like the Craigslist joke. Like I noticed that you got a bruise on your neck. I met a girl on Craigslist. then like that whole escalation is just fun. It's not just a joke. The way they deliver it is also important. Because you could have the same joke. Wait, let me stop. Let me stop you right there, Florian. Let me finish my thought first. It's not just the writing. It's the way they deliver the jokes. So if it's just some fucking noob that says the line, then it's not as funny. So I think not only were there like other big names, like isn't the main villain the guy from the golf movie from Adam Sandler? Like, what's his fucking name?
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember the actor's name, but he
Keith David is the police chief. I know him from like voice acting.
He's the voice of the Black President on Rick and Morty. Florian, did you even notice?
Yeah, I know. He's in like everything. Okay,
yeah, he was in this movie. Did you not point at the screen like Leo DiCaprio?
Brett Spiner was in this fucking Mr. Tato was in this goddamn movie.
I'm pretty sure he was in Chicago. No, in Paradise PD. So he will be in literally anything. So.
Yeah, but he shows up. Well, is he a cartoon in that? Because he shows up in person for this movie.
Yeah, he's a cartoon in that. But
yeah, that's just voice acting. Character. That's whatever.
Yeah, but he's very central to the whole.
You don't think he's central to this film? He's in at least 4 scenes with one line each.
That's not very central, no.
Well, speaking of central, I think my favorite joke, and maybe we should all, if we could remember, state our favorite joke. I think Weekend, you might have already stated one of them. But my favorite is, other than when Leslie Nielsen shoots Kevin Hart in the hand with a nail gun. But they're talking about, the benefits of Drake Bell now having superpowers. And he says, Kevin Hart says, think of the fame and glory. And Leslie Nielsen, the old man, says, and don't forget the bitches. That's just the best for me.
When he was dying, how about with great power comes great responsibility. No, actually, a lot of bitches, but
yeah.
And then he fake dies.
Or
I like
the second best. The second best joke is when the uncle gets shot by the robber, and he goes out and there's like a crowd of people, and he pushes through the crowd, and they're watching a dancing monkey, and the old man's bleeding out next to the crowd. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
No, you thought that was funny. That
was the second funniest part of the movie.
That is literally the level of writing that we have in the disaster movie.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Oh my god, bro. No way.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's the chipmunk scene all over again.
Dude, it says so much about society that an old man can be bleeding in the street and the people would rather crowd around a dancing monkey. I mean, the viewers of this podcast are doing that very thing this moment, Florian. Their grandparents are probably in the other room on dialysis or some shit, and they're listening to this monkey scream.
Yeah, except for not, because in this movie, it's just like, oh, the 2 minutes have passed. That means we have to have a stupid cutaway gag. So let's cut away to a monkey. There's no thought put into it.
You're confusing it for a disaster movie. That was the cutaway gag movie with the head-on applied directly to the forehead. There's nothing like that in this movie. There's no fucking Family Guy cutaway.
No, Florian, there's also not a cutaway gag because it was set up because since this whole movie is parodying Spider-Man, this is the scene where he hears the gunshot and the people are surrounding Uncle Ben. That's the thing it's set up. It's not just a cutaway random gag.
Well, I mean, the monkey is random. You can't deny that.
The monkey.
The monkey's the punchline to the joke.
Yeah.
Like, your expectation is that they're crowded around the dying man, and then the punchline is it's a dancing monkey. It's awesome. This movie qualifies as a monkey box movie. I could review this for that series now. Yeah, it would score better than probably most of the movies on the list.
If it was a chipmunk, it would have not gotten your attention. Okay,
that's the difference.
Really
the difference, Florian. The chipmunk was a shitty puppet. This was a real dancing monkey. They didn't CGI this shit. It was literally a dancing monkey. I'm getting the price of admission for this ticket.
Wow. Okay, I guess.
Do you not understand the difference between a genuine dancing monkey and like an unfunny puppet screaming about wanting to bite on your nutsack?
Yeah, okay, fine. I don't really care, but okay. I guess it's harder to do. Well done.
Well, and also you were complaining earlier that this movie is too much of a direct rip-off of Spider-Man, but I think that is why the movie is successful as opposed to disaster movie, because disaster movie is not a parody of anything. It's literally a disaster. Like, it's just nonsense thrown at the script nonstop. This movie, when you're directly parodying something, there are jokes built into it. There are character relationships that we already can assume. Like, I already know the relationship between Drake Bell and Uncle Ben, but like, this is like the comedic twist on it. You know, it really helps when you're actually doing a parody of something specific.
The writers are different. That's why. Because this is a Friedberg. The disaster movie was made by Friedberg and Setzer. This guy is Craig Mazin, who did Chernobyl.
Oh, so is this not all the same production company?
You know, I don't think so, at least.
Oh, okay.
David. So produced by, it's a different team.
Well, then this movie probably unfairly gets lumped in with those other movies if it really was just made by entirely different people.
Well, this motherfucker made Chernobyl.
Yeah, that's why I just assumed it was made by them. They shouldn't have gave it such a shitty title. But how much did it make? Did it make a big profit?
Does it have the same producers?
The budget is 35M and it made 71, so it made a decent chunk, I think.
Maybe the title worked.
Yeah, the title probably also threw people off.
Well, I don't know. To me, it just seems like it takes Spider-Man and it makes it worse. It's funny at times, but it doesn't really work for me most of the time. And I guess I've seen it already, so it probably was already.
Why does it work for you though? Like,
I don't know. Weird. I mean, the jokes are just really stupid all of the time, though. But
really, all of the time.
Well, I want to talk about a joke.
They go on for way too long most of the time. Like the pissing scene was funny, and then it goes on for.
Oh yeah, okay. I think that's fair. I did not like the piss joke and the fart joke. Yeah.
Well, I did admit about 35% of the comedy does not land.
Yeah.
But Florian, I want to compare. If we're going to compare this to Velma like you did earlier, I actually have in my notes that we were complaining on the Velma podcast about the tiny penis jokes and how or at least some of us felt that they did not really work in the Velma show. But this movie,
I don't think I agreed with that one.
Well, yeah, obviously. But this movie, in my opinion, had a small penis joke that actually worked and was funny. It was Leslie Nielsen and Aunt May, like these two old people, this old married couple, are bickering back and forth, and they just start insulting each other like old people would. But it becomes increasingly more like personal and vicious.
Yeah,
and they get like more.
Spiteful.
Yeah, and she's like, "Well, you've always had a small penis." I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's where he gave up and said, "You know what? After 30 plus years of marriage, doesn't really matter, does it, my love?" You laugh, Florian. Yeah, what wasn't that?
That's the magic of Leslie Nielsen. Anybody can laugh.
Well, it started off being mildly funny, then it was really stupid when it went on too long, but then I guess the penis joke was kind of good. Okay.
I mean, you say it went on too long. It was probably like 8 sentences for the whole scene. It was like 30 seconds.
Well, I mean, you don't usually, like, pull out a joke that long if it's just like a back and forth.
Here's a good quick joke. Peter Parker's parents are dead, so Drake Bell's looking through like photos of his father, and his father's in the KKK. He's just in a Klan uniform. Did you like that joke, Florian?
What was the picture he showed right before that? Something else that was doing really stupidly, right?
I don't know.
I think the punchline was that he was doing stuff that would get him killed, and he was like, we never would expect him to get killed. And yeah, but then later on he was a billionaire. Is it all the same guy? I guess it's pretty magical. But yeah, I enjoy the KKK costume, sure.
A Weekend, are there any standout scenes you want to talk about?
Oh, I like it when Leslie Nielsen was, come on, let's. We have to hurry to the big event to save everyone, and then he just the way he delivers it is so good. Like, I'm glad we took a shortcut, and then the car has a kid.
He went through a playground and he like dragged children behind him.
Yeah, and the joke isn't like, oh, look at the dead kid, haha, isn't it funny? Ha. It's like the way they executed it is very good, and I was laughing. What else did I laugh at? Oh, also the titanium. Like, the protagonist is so stupid, but he has a heart of gold. That's what balances it out. Like,
yeah, he's always accidentally injuring people when he wants to protect them. And he has like a Batman flashback, even though it's a Spider-Man parody, and he's solely responsible for his parents getting killed in the alleyway during the mugging.
And the thief ran away like, oh, fuck this shit.
No, that was so stupid. You can't like that. Oh, gee, that was the worst backflash joke ever.
No, I like that. He's like, don't worry, I'll protect your mom. And like this little kid with no powers is like fighting off these grown men with weapons. And then he like acts like just in the chaos of the fight, he accidentally hits his parents in the head with, trash cans and shit, and they die.
Yeah, and the stupid thing is like, oh, the dad goes, someday you'll have a moment where you have to protect the ones you love. And the kid literally goes, oh, this is that day. And then they die.
He gets the gun from the mugger and he accidentally shoots both of his parents as they're laying and dying. You didn't like that, Florian?
Well, no, it feels like the same level of stupid as in Disaster movie. I'm sorry.
Well, think about it this way. This came out in 2008, and since then, we've been forced to watch this fucking Batman backflash, as Florian would say, probably 18 times in different movies. So it's refreshing to see it played for laughs in this one, and it is, in my opinion, pretty funny.
Well, I guess it was played for laughs in the Lego movie. I don't know. No, I guess not. I don't know. I just thought it was too ridiculous. Okay, I don't know.
That's fine.
There is another.
Just keep trying to yuck my yum, Florian. That's why you're here.
What does that mean?
Yucking a yum?
Yeah, you're
trying to convince somebody that something that they enjoy is disgusting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wait, yum?
Yeah, yucking a yum.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I got confused because I thought yuck as in like chuckling. Does that make sense?
They call him Florian the Yum Yucker Himsel.
Yeah. Okay.
The Yum Yucker.
Yeah, just backflash to the Velma episode where you guys are all trying to ruin my fun. Yeah.
Backflash. You really say it's.
Well, this one's coming out later.
Hey, don't yuck his yum. If he wants to say backflash, let him say it.
Okay,
It's gonna be a backflash when it comes out. Don't you get it?
No. Must be that peak Australian sense of humor.
He still doesn't. He doesn't get the problem. I don't think.
Wait, I'm gonna also.
It's called a flashback.
Wait, what? Backflash, flashback. What's the difference?
One's a word.
Yeah, I don't know what backflash means.
Flashback? No way. There's no way I've been saying that wrong the entire time.
Your whole life.
Wait, is Backflash the TV show? Is that what I'm thinking?
It's just your brain.
I don't know what Backflash is. Sorry,
This is your brain on corn pizza.
This is the first time I've literally heard someone say backflash.
I googled it, and the first question is
did you mean flashback?
A real world?
A real world?
Wait! Before Florian descends into madness, I just want to say one of my other favorite jokes is like when they're the first confrontation between Hourglass and the Dragonfly. He goes, "My blades can pierce titanium," and then he goes, "I'm not wearing titanium." Like it's so stupid. It's so funny. I did not like those spinning though. Like when they spun around and they threw up and they go wait. Like those jokes and the disgusting fart and pee jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, they relied too much on unfunny, childish, gross-out humor when they had Leslie Nielsen like spouting out hilarious one-liners. Like it should have just been more of that.
I mean, I like a good fart joke, but they keep going on too long.
Yeah. Throw a punch, and then he punches Kevin Hart.
Which movie had better fart jokes, Click or this one?
This one.
No, this one has terrible ones. They go on for way too long.
What were the long fart jokes in this one? Like, describe it to the audience, Florian.
Well, it was when they were trying to kiss, and then the grandma is asleep next to them, and the grandma has previously told them that they should kiss. You know, she's giving them really good advice, but now she's just a flatulating corpse next to them and just farting out every time he says something romantic.
Right, but then he pulls out the candle so that, it can be a little more romantic in the room, and when grandma farts, oh boy, that candle explodes.
Yeah, okay, that was good.
Now, my question is, if they want to kiss, why do they have to kiss at the foot of the couch next to grandma's farting asshole when they could just go anywhere else in the entire universe?
Go to his room and just make out.
Just don't be right there.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that one, Florian. That makes no logical sense. I think if I was in that situation, I would have probably left the room.
Yeah,
I guess it would still smell really bad. Yeah, you should definitely leave. But I guess it had to be this way because then the bad guy shows up. And then the grandma farts on him. So I guess it makes sense. Yeah, you're right, man. It was a lot better. I mean, I'm not saying it's as bad as Disaster Movie. I think it's probably a 2 out of 5 for me.
Well, this movie's a 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
Okay, that's higher than I was expecting you to go, so that's pretty good.
I mean, I'm not entirely on board with the whole concept of it, just making it like literally Spider-Man with jokes, but it's definitely not. It's definitely no Disaster Movie.
No, I think it's better because they actually parody the genre they say they're parodying. So just by virtue of that alone, that's already a point in their favor, I think.
I mean, yeah, it's not entirely incoherent, but I'd rather it not be. I mean, you say it's good because it follows like a storyline from Spider-Man, but I would have so preferred like anything original.
Let me detail a scene, and I want you guys to tell me if you thought it was funny.
Okay.
Was this a Tracy Morgan playing Professor X?
Yeah, Professor Xavier.
Yeah, so he's, black guy in a wheelchair with a bald cap on, and his family comes in, and his wife and his 2 children and his baby are also all black and bald and in wheelchairs. Was that funny or not?
Yes, it was amazing.
It was okay.
I thought it was hysterically funny, and that's just one of dozens of jokes of that caliber in this movie. So, Florian, how can this movie this movie has more jokes that made me laugh than entire seasons of comedic television. Like, I watched both seasons of The White Lotus. Great show, but I laughed more during this 70-minute movie. Like, this movie ends at the 70-minute mark, by the way.
How many times did you laugh? That's ridiculous.
I laughed a lot. I laughed a lot. This movie's very funny.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it's always ruined by the fact that they just throw in like a million references to other shit. Like in that X-Men's school that they were in, they showed like 5 X-Men and made stupid jokes about them. Oh, Jesus. Like, the wheelchair stuff was great, but everything else, I mean, they had Wolverine.
Well, just compare the costumes. They do
production value.
The costumes compared to Disaster Movie when they went to like Party City and grabbed the Hulk costume. Like, these costumes, they didn't just grab off a fucking shelf. Like, even when they show Wolverine for 3 seconds, they put a little bit of effort into making him look like the guy, as opposed to just putting Ike Barinholtz in 8 different costumes in front of a green screen.
Okay, I guess. I mean,
you gotta respect that they actually put in effort to make you laugh, Florian.
There is a joke in that section I didn't get. Like, the guy with steroids, who is that? Like, in the baseball steroid guy?
Oh, was that Sammy Sosa?
Then he ate steroid pills and he had laser blasts come from his eyes.
Whoever it was, it's a baseball player who had a scandal caught taking steroids, so I guess they're making fun of him. But I'm not a sports historian, I just assumed that.
Yeah, probably has to be.
Florian, did you have any standout scenes to argue why the movie is terrible? Like, what are the worst moments for you?
God damn. Yeah, I really should have been prepared. I guess it's too bad I spent...
If only we had dozens of podcasts where you could have learned this lesson that showing up prepared would help. But, alas, it's never come up before.
Well, it happens to be that I prepared for the Velma thing by binging that entire show again, so you're welcome.
Oh my God.
You rewatched the first 2 episodes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You like it so much? You rewatched everything?
I actually do like it.
Wow.
Okay.
That's amazing.
So that's your choice for the worst scene in the movie, is that you like Velma?
I mean, I guess it must be pretty bad if I don't remember anything. Nah, I don't know. I guess it couldn't have been that bad. I don't remember any bad scenes. Yeah,
so can I convince you to move your score up to 2.5 stars on Letterboxd?
No, I hate how original it is.
Wow.
No, but I think I disagree with that assessment of a parody movie because you have to make fun of something.
No, I don't like this concept of writing a script by copying another script and putting jokes into it. No.
Well, do you know what Weird Al does, Florian? He's a parody artist. He takes somebody else's song and changes the words.
Yeah.
That's what parody means. You just might not like the genre.
I mean, those are 5-minute songs.
This is a 70-minute movie. It's pretty short.
No, this is a 70-minute comedic masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say.
I mean, it's not as short as you said. It has like a million bloopers in the end.
Once the credits started, I turned it off. It's 70 minutes long.
Those bloopers really added to the jokes,
Oh, by the way, I should say for the audience, this movie is on YouTube for free. Like, YouTube just posted it for free, so you can go watch it right now.
Well, not if you're in Austria.
Oh, it wasn't for free in Austria?
Yeah, it was blocked, sadly.
But it worked over in Thailand?
Yeah, it works in Thailand.
Damn.
I can confirm.
Okay.
Wow. I guess no one cares over there. About copyright.
Okay, boys. Let's wrap this up. What do we have as our final thoughts on superhero movie? Who wants to start?
I think superhero movie's great. It's written actually that while Florian was telling us why he hated the movie, I looked at the Wikipedia page of the writer. Not only did he write Chernobyl, he also was involved in
Chernobyl, the TV show Chernobyl.
Yeah,
he wrote it.
Yeah.
What
he
the
created
fuck?
it. It says here he is best known for creating the 5-part HBO miniseries Chernobyl. So I think there is something to be said about tragedy and comedy and how they're closely related. But
yeah, that's crazy.
The thing is,
how do you go from this to that?
It's amazing.
Well, what's your
He's
opinion
always had it
on
in him,
Chernobyl
probably.
then, Monkey?
I haven't seen it, but I heard that it's like a prestige, like, comedy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't expect anybody who worked on this to have worked on that, let alone the creator.
Well, sounds like you don't really have that high an opinion of it after all.
I haven't seen it.
No, I mean, this...
Well, he produced School for Scoundrels. I have mixed feelings.
Well, I mean,
about that.
I guess to be fair, back to the White Lotus, the guy who wrote the White Lotus and just won all these Emmys and Golden Globes, he also was a writer on the Emoji Movie. So I guess people can go from dog shit to glory pretty quick.
Hey, that one at least had an original story, okay?
Fuck off! Are you kidding me?
I
you
prefer the
fucking
Emoji
kidding
Movie
me?
over this. Hey, you like the Emoji Movie?
I'm gonna have a moment of silence just for my brain cells that died right now. So Florian, please take over the show. I'm done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see how there's a lot of good jokes. I don't really see how you guys prefer this so much over the disaster movie, but okay. I mean, the disaster movie was probably the worst thing ever, so I guess, but at least it was a little more original. It's just...
What do you think is better, this or Click?
What did I give Click? I don't know. It's about even, I guess.
Okay, you seem to hate Click from what I remember.
Yeah, he hated it.
Well, no, I said I liked the first half. I don't know.
Which movie was funnier to you? And if you say Click, I'm gonna fly to Austria and fucking find your fucking cottage or whatever the fuck you live in.
Well,
over
Click
there.
was definitely not funny, so it was definitely not Click.
Okay, good. Because I was about to be mad on the internet for real this time.
Oh no.
I'll say, people might think it's absurd to praise a movie like this. Give it a shot. It's on YouTube for free, like we said. If you like Leslie Nielsen movies, you know, if you've seen Airplane and thought the old man was funny, he's in this movie being funny again. Maybe even funnier if you like him shooting Kevin Hart in the hand, which I did.
That was pretty funny.
You know, you can do a lot worse. I think in terms of these parody movies, this one I would put up there. Maybe slightly below Not Another Teen Movie. That is still my favorite one. Have you guys seen that one?
I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Oh my god, it's like a parody of like The Breakfast Club and, you know, the Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, all those movies. But it's hysterical. Chris Evans is like the star of it. So it's one of his first movies.
Okay, so but what's really important is, would you say that this is better or worse than that Spider movie that it's parodying?
Is this better or worse than Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Are you insane? Of course the Sam Raimi movies are better. What are you even talking about?
Like that's
what are you
point.
talking about?
No, I mean, I agree with
genres
that.
also, man. Like,
yeah, different genres, but they took something that was amazing and they made it less good.
Dude,
and that's what
nobody
you guys are
on Earth would expect this to be better than Spider-Man. That's not what they're watching it for. It's a parody film. It's just a funny 70-minute lark. It's not supposed to be Spider-Man 2.
And unlike other shows that are out there right now, it's not spiteful of the source material. I think they actually, you know...
Well, I don't know about that. Come on.
Well, Florian, I'll give you this. This movie is funnier than Spider-Man. Yeah. So if I want to laugh, I'd watch this one. If I want to watch one of the greatest superhero films of all time, I'll watch Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty foreign to me that
you're the foreign one, my friend.
Yeah, okay, American. Yeah, you're not foreign. Okay, but
the Americans are the main characters. Hey,
white man.
Weekend. Would you agree the Americans are the main characters on this little thing we call Earth here? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Whose country made all the movies we fucking review on this show, Florian? Whose main export is culture? America. You're welcome.
I can't argue with that.
What movies would you watch without America? Oh my god.
Every piece of entertainment you fucking minorities enjoy was made here. You're welcome.
Well, I just don't see how a parody that's worse than what it's parodying is succeeding at it, you know?
Because it's not the main thing of the thing. Oh, like
well, how is it not the main thing?
No. You watch
Spider-Man
Spider-Man to watch a dramatic and occasionally funny superhero movie. This is just the superhero movie is just making fun of Spider-Man in a tongue-in-cheek way, not in a spiteful way. So
to be fair,
very different.
To be fair to Florian, I will give him this. There are some Weird Al songs that I think are better than the original. So, to give him credit, sometimes a parody can be better than the original, but this is definitely nowhere near that case, and I don't think anybody involved was trying to do that.
Well, I still don't like it because, like, what would you do if someone took Breaking Bad and made it full of fart jokes, and it's like 3 out of 5 maybe? Would you think that was parody? Good?
If it was a 70-minute parody of Breaking Bad, I mean, I've seen that. Like, fucking Family Guy does Breaking Bad parodies and stuff. They're usually not that good.
Yeah, it's a cancer.
Well, no, because this was good. Like, it depends on if it's funny or not.
Yeah,
and usually they're not that good.
Well, I guess it's slightly better than Family Guy, but like I guess there was this really. Wait, who did that Star Wars parody? Was that Family Guy? Or
Family
was
Guy
that
and
Simpsons?
Robot Chicken have both done those. Not The Simpsons, I don't think.
I feel like The Simpsons did too.
Well, Family Guy did all 3 of the movies.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I definitely wouldn't want to see those Family Guy episodes.
I've seen those Family Guy Star Wars episodes way more times than I've seen the Star Wars movies.
Really? Wow.
But anyway, I think we've wrapped up our discussion, and we need to move on to the more important part of the podcast, which is when we choose films that we want to put on the poll. And now that we're doing this twice a month, and now that, maybe somebody's keeping track of who is winning the most polls, I don't know who would be doing that, Florian, but maybe somebody is.
Well, certainly
and, it's a very dramatic time in the show. Who wants to begin? Who has something they want to put on the list, on the poll for next episode?
Oh, this is
we've watched a lot of movies that I consider to be awful, and they weren't quite as bad. So how about I choose something that's really bad, and then maybe it'll surprise us. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Surely that's the way I could win, right?
Sure.
Okay, so last time I recommended a really good Mel Gibson movie, so now maybe
I will
should
second
recommend. Well, and maybe this time I will recommend a really bad Mel Gibson movie. So there's this movie where Mel Gibson is like a drunken father, and he has a junkie son.
Is this a documentary about his life?
I wish. But then the junkie son finds God, and he decides to become a priest.
With Marky Mark?
Yes, Marky Mark. It's very sincere and very hard to enjoy, and it's called Father Stew.
Yeah,
So
that movie was originally rated R, right? Because I know they had like a re-release and they edited it down to like PG-13 to try to make even more money from the Christian people.
Oh, wow, I guess that makes sense.
So what do we have to watch, the R-rated version or the Christian re-release edition? Or do we have to watch both and compare them?
I guess either way, I guess we should just... I don't even know if we can find either.
I'll watch one, Weekend will watch the other, and Florian will watch both.
No!
Now I want them to vote for this one. This sounds pretty good.
Okay, well...
Florian has to watch Father Stew twice.
Well, and the one time I've already watched it, so I guess I'm already cursed.
Why did you watch it? Just you're a big fan of Mel Gibson and you wanted to check it out, or?
That's right. I mean, I didn't think it'd be that bad, but yeah, it's definitely pretty bad. So
E-Rich and I just did, as of this recording, E-Rich and I just posted our list of our favorite movies of last year, and some people in the comments were upset I didn't have Father Stew on my list, so... You might be in the minority. I think people really like this movie, Florian.
Well, to be honest, I thought it was kind of mediocre, but I thought that it would be a good way of torturing you because it's so religious.
It's Marky Mark. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm going to watch a Marky Mark movie. I almost saw this one in theaters. I just didn't get around to it.
I mean, if you want to watch him throw his life away in the least satisfying way possible...
By becoming a Christian?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil the hardships he has to overcome, but it's really stupid.
Well, maybe in 2 weeks we'll find out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Weekend, do you want me to go or do you want to go next? It's up to you.
No, I'm just gonna. I'm still thinking, so you can go ahead.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna put on the poll something that I have not seen, and I don't know what the contents of the film is. I only know a description that I read online. This is a 2-hour documentary on YouTube called Dominion. Have you guys heard of this?
No, what is it?
It has been described as if it will convert anybody who watches it into being a vegan because the content is so gruesome and horrific that you would never want to eat animal products again.
I think that's a lie.
That's why I'm putting it on there. I think it is the challenge. It's the convert us to vegan challenge. Is it Kino edition? And maybe it'll work. Like 2 hours of gruesome, farm factory footage or whatever the fuck this movie's about. I could see Florian being like, "Oh, we have to save the chickens. Oh, we have to eat the soy." So, anything could happen. That's what I want to put on there.
Well, I'm trying to eat less meat anyway, so maybe it'll work.
Oh my god, if we want to ruin Florian's life, go vote for Dominion, parentheses, the vegan conversion documentary.
Sounds cringe already.
Yeah. Weekend, can you compete with our two horrible choices?
No, my good suggestions are just gonna get beat by the bad suggestions. Like
you gotta bring bad suggestions.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
If you want to win.
Okay, this is the unprepared part. Like I had notes for the movie, but not for the recommendation. So I'm just gonna say there's a nice movie that usually I watch in Christmas, and it's a really fun movie. And I think to balance out the possible bad, I will recommend that the audience, since I think we're gonna try for 2 movies a month. Let's start with a good movie this month. Let's just watch Die Hard.
Oh shit!
That great Christmas movie, Die Hard. I think it's a great movie. It's got good family morals, like stay with the ones you love, and don't be an asshole. Those are all good traits to have, and I recommend that the people watching at home vote for Die Hard, please.
Yeah, I saw Die Hard years ago, and I always wanted to get around to seeing Die Hard 2 and 3 because I heard 3 is actually like some secret Kino movie. So if we say
the taxi one, right?
It's the one with him and Sam Jackson. So if we watch Die Hard, maybe eventually we'll get to Die Hard 3, and I'll finally get to see it.
And then we get to Die Hard 4, and that's a terrible movie we can all vote for again.
Is there a Die Hard 5 that's even worse?
I think so, yeah.
I thought they kept going.
Die Hard 5. Wait, I think there is.
A Good Day to Die Hard?
Die Hard. Yeah, that's it. That's his son, right? He has his son there, I think.
Hopefully not his real life son.
No, it's his,
Some actor?
Who's this fucker? Jai Courtney.
Oh, God. No wonder why it failed. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, well.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of these choices here? We've got Die Hard, Dominion, and Father Stew. If you were an audience member, Florian, what would you vote for?
I don't know. I'm sure they'll vote for your gross ass movie. But I think Father Stew is probably like bad in an unentertaining way, so that's probably the thing that they should vote for if they want to do the most damage.
Should we, in addition to keeping track of who's winning, should we also keep track of who's losing, and whoever gets the least votes every week gets punished somehow?
Oh my God.
No.
Oh.
I mean, it wouldn't even matter what you put on. They're just gonna make Florian lose.
No.
I'm just gonna compromise and just make it a quarterly thing. The loss would be quarterly. How about that?
I'm not actually gonna be keeping track. I just thought it'd be funny. Oh, you got the least votes this week. It's time to put Florian in 5 minutes in the electric chair. That's what you get. You only got 10% of votes on your shitty movie. It's time for an hour in the cage of bees, and he's gonna be locked in there with a beehive.
Not the bees,
but it's a cage. It's a cage, so they could fly through the bars and really It's just you who's stuck in there.
Well, I guess so, but I'll probably be covered in honey or
Probably
something.
be... Am I as funny as superhero movie?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Not as
Wow,
funny,
damn.
just a little bit.
That's a compliment.
Wow. Such a great compliment.
If I could make one YouTube video half as funny as superhero movie, I mean, because think about it. That movie was so funny, it made $70 million. So if I could make something half as funny, I'd have $35 million. That's pretty good.
Yeah, actually,
I'll take
go
that.
for it, man.
Florian, what's my $35 million profit YouTube video idea?
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess the formula is quite clear. You just take something that's really popular and make an inferior knockoff. So let's see. The Avengers. I guess you're gonna
The Revengers.
They're gonna dress up your friends as Avengers, and they're gonna do lame stuff. Hell yeah.
Oh, that sounds great, man.
Wait, should we make a movie instead of making YouTube videos? We could just go make a movie.
Yeah.
You know I'm not leaving the house for this.
You could be the character who is like at the chair, you know, like Ned in Spider-Man. And
yeah, always from home.
Yeah, just film all your scenes through your webcam. And the movie will randomly just like jump down to 240p for your scenes.
Yep.
Well, go vote in the poll, everybody. Bye.
Bye.